October is to just really allow yourself, whatever's brewing in here, let it come to the surface. Just say, like, what's in my heart? What is the message that I have for myself in my own heart? What is it, whether I express it to someone else or not? Just acknowledging it to yourself can bring this guy back into balance, back into the upright position, because he's in the reverse position. There might be something that you're holding back on with this. Cancers usually, you can have two sort of settings, Cancer. You can either wear your heart on your sleeve, which is what this guy does, or you could hide behind your protective outer, Cancer shell, and the soft stuff stays inside. So whichever you're doing, if you feel like if you're not acknowledging something to yourself that's keeping you upside down, it might be driving you crazy. It might be, it's just turning you upside down, Cancer. So I'm going to encourage you to look into that. Whatever it is, see if you can synthesize all these things. I'm allowing myself to rest. Or if I've been resting too long, I'm allowing myself to come out of that. I'm open to new experiences. I'm open to the fact that not everything is like the past. This is a brand new start. This is like zero. Everything starts anew with this. This is even before ace energy. Aces are like the initiatory new cycle. Zero is before that. Zero is when everything's unformed. It's the void. It's like stuff before matter even comes in. Stuff before light even comes in. So this is like anything is possible. That's the basis of this carefree, trusting energy. Anything can happen. And then, and also that it's not connected to the past. This is new. This is youth. This is freedom. So it's not like a repetition. It's a new day. Trusting your instincts, trusting your decision making, allowing yourself the opportunity to move on from the thing that you want, that you've been working so hard on, that you've been building, that you've been pouring your heart into for so long. You got to allow yourself to move on to that, from that, Cancer, because you're getting very weary from that. So I'm just getting the sense of allow yourself to come to the surface. Stop holding all of this in resistance. No wonder you're upside down. I mean, this could even take the form of sickness, Cancer. If not physically sick, emotionally sick, or just out of sorts, out of balance, out of whack. So as you allow those things to happen, Cancer, that will correct, and you'll feel more like yourself again. You'll feel more real, more connected, more in alignment with your own self. At the middle of the month, there's some ways that you might, I'm getting the sense that you keep holding on to stuff that is not useful to you anymore out of fear. This is Four of Coins, which has to do with holding on to money. As you can see, he's got money in front of his heart, he's got money on his mind, he's got money on his lap. It's money, money, money. And he's holding on for dear life to all of it, because this is a very fear-based card. Four of Coins is like holding on to every last dime, maintaining the status quo. I can't bear to think, like, I gotta hold on to my security. But the thing I point out in this card is that he's blocking his heart by all this preoccupation with money. He doesn't have any room for anything else to be on his mind, because that's where his focus and obsession is. The key to get out of this card, or to work with this card, is to open up, loosen up. Again, more Fool energy. Like, be a little bit less serious, be a little bit more carefree, be a little bit like silly even, or young-hearted, like laugh a little bit. That's the way out of this, is to not be so fear-centered. I like to use the image with this card of, there's like this Buddhist, I don't know if it's a parable or whatever it is, but it says, like, if you try to hold on to a stick of butter, like, if you clench your fist, the butter goes through all your fingers, you have none. But if you hold your palm open, that's when you can receive something, and that's actually when more can come in. So the key to this card is, like, open it up a little bit, be a little bit more flexible, be a little bit less fearful. This is a very stable, secure card, but it also can be very limiting. With this card here, this is saying don't be surrounded by false beliefs. All these swords represent, again, the mental element, just like the swords here in this Four of Swords card. The swords represent ideas, thoughts, beliefs, and in this case, those ideas, thoughts, and beliefs are encircling the figure and making her feel powerless, victimized, captive. There's no one else there, but it's her beliefs that are, making her be captive. And it's only her beliefs that are doing that. She actually, you can see, she has the pathway out of this. She could walk right out of that. She could actually cut these binds on these swords, take off her blindfold, and walk away. It's only her belief that is keeping her there. So this is victim mentality. This is powerlessness. This is maybe not even believing that you have a way out. This is resistance against that. It's fear. It's almost like compounded. There's another layer of like victimhood. I'm going to say it, in the middle of the month, Cancer, you have way more control and power than you think you do. This is feeling pretty stuck. Financially, I'll say especially, because that Four of Coins. Maybe, what's funny is maybe try to see things from a different point of view. You actually have Hangman in the upright position here, he's very enlightened. So I'm going to encourage you in the middle of the month, Cancer, to walk your own path. March to the beat of your own drum. That's what Hangman does. He's not worried about what everybody else in this square thinks. He's not worried about, all their rules and laws and regulations. He sees things from a total 180 point of view, and he actually gets enlightenment there. So I'm going to encourage you to embrace the Hangman perspective, see things from another point of view. That's another theme, by the way, for October, because with that new moon in Libra, there's a real focus on seeing things from the other person's point of view, from the other's point of view. So whether that's a spouse, a lover, a family member, a friend, a boss, a business partner, whoever the other person is, trying to see things from their other point of view is going to be very rich for you, Cancer. Especially towards the middle of the month. That's going to get you a whole new fresh perspective. And it may enable you to end something. There is an end coming up that you might be resisting, but seeing things, what's interesting is that these are both in reverse. Sorry, this one's in the upright position, but this one's in reverse, but they're both kind of in alignment of how they're seeing things. So by allowing yourself to just be yourself and not worrying about what other people think, not feeling like you have to do things another way or according to like society's laws, the traditional way of doing things, you might have your own way of doing things, and it's totally valid. In fact, you get enlightenment doing your own thing. You're going to be able to let something go, cut off an old story. This is death, which usually means transformation. It means acknowledging the end of a cycle, like there's this blooming rose, it can't live forever. You're going to have to let it go to create new life. There might be some resistance of letting something go. It's very much, to me, in tandem with this card, because this card is feeling ready to move on to the new cycle, feeling weary with the current cycle. But in reverse, it's saying you're not allowing yourself to move on. Death in reverse is similar, where this one's preparing and ready to move on. This one is moving on. This is the end of that journey. So it's saying you're resisting the end of the cycle, but it's here. It's happening. There might be some doubt, fear, resistance against letting something end or transform, but time's going to do that for you anyway, Cancer. I mean, this is the changing of the seasons, the changing of time. You can see the hand of time turns this wheel, and whatever was on the top will be on the bottom, whatever's on the bottom will be on the top. This is a change of fortune, change of tides, change of season, tables turning. It's the evolution of time and how there are cycles and things happen as they do naturally. So the sense I get is that seeing things from a different perspective is going to allow you to see, it's going to actually allow you to work with whatever resistance you might have about having this cycle end and allow something new to come in. This is in tandem with this, it's in line with this Fool energy that you're kind of resisting, but there's something to do with I'm holding on to every last bit of money, but things are going to change. And new money's coming in, Cancer. This is what's cool about this. These cards are almost antithetical to each other. This one's holding on to every last bit. This is that open hand. Remember I was talking about that? This one is the one that receives more. And this one is like new money coming in, the universe trying to give you new money. It's a new lifestyle, new job, new possessions, new assets, new money. It opens the gate to this whole new world, this garden, which is sort of where Fool is headed. It's going into the unknown. It's going into clear blue skies. You know, in both of these, you've got the blue sky behind here, you've got the sun shining here. It's kind of like a clearer day. And it means leaving this old, I'm just getting like, this is like tar, this is like shadow, this is like dust. It's kind of like taking a windshield and wiping it clean is the sense I get from this. But this is letting new money in too. So this could be a new job, this could be someone even just giving you money. It could just be receptive when this card comes around. Ace of Coins, new beginning, Ace. Coins is the physical world, having to do with earth element, the ground, money, possessions, assets, lifestyle, all that. So something new is wanting to come in. You're going to have to allow it to come in. You're going to have to let go of the old thing. Let go of all this like feeling constricted, feeling bound, feeling like stuck, feeling money problems, feeling like lack, restriction, powerlessness. Let that story go. By doing your own thing, doing it your own way, that's going to help give you some insight to that, Cancer. Whatever resistance you have towards letting go of that old thing, whether it's security, whatever it is, time is headed this way. And you might have to fight for it. This is competition. You might not be the only one who's trying to claim this prize. This could be person, money, possession, asset, anything of value, really, is what this is. And it's a new thing. But Five of Wands is competition. You can see there's lots of people fighting over it. So you might have to stake your claim. You might have to, this card has a lot of Mars energy in it, so it has a lot of action in it. It can be very playful, too. So this could be open warfare. Or it could just be like playfulness. Sometimes these could be like warriors, in which case it's open warfare. Or it could be kids, in which case it's play. And I sometimes say it could even be like sport, because it's really a hybrid between those two things. It's really just like Mars energy in its raw form.